Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where we have come to yet another Monday, meaning you know what time it is, Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that will be in my pocket for the next 5 or 6 days. And guys, let me tell you, I am absolutely positive today is Monday, outside of just looking at a calendar. You know why? Because I woke up this morning, went in the bathroom, went to shave, cut myself shaving, got ready to go head out the door for work, walked out the door to a flat tire on my car. So yes, it is absolutely Monday, but I'm not complaining. It's been a while since I've had a Monday like this, so we're all good here, no issues. But yeah, the day got off to a bit of a rough start, so the video got delayed a little, but that's okay. This always makes me better, a little happier, bringing you guys some content. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as you do the other ones. And let's get right into it and first highlight my sponsors up here, DLT Trading, Mojave Outdoor, and White Mountain Knives. Guys, if you're in the market for a new knife, check these retailers out first. It's because of them I can do what I do, and I greatly appreciate their support of my channel. Now let's get right into it. Let's get into my lineup for the week, and I've got a surprise here at the end. A special knife. But let's start off here with the CJRB Rhea. I had this last week and I had to put it in the pocket again because I just love the CJRB Rhea. In my opinion, one of the best gentleman knives slash office carries of all time. It's so perfect, and I feel like I say that too much sometimes, but it's just that good. It's a pretty good steel with the AR RPM 9. It is a perfect little blade that is nice and slicey with about an average stock in terms of thickness, but that edge comes down to such a slicey point with a nice smoothed out handle. This is the Knife Center exclusive with the Packwood scales. Knife Center actually has a lot of other exclusives on this knife too, and I don't remember what they all are, but it may be worth your time. I know the only reason I'm directing you to Knife Center is because these guys don't have a lot of exclusives of the Rhea yet. But this is definitely one, if you want an exclusive and a good version of it, Knife Center is a great resource to look at. They have really awesome knives, and this one here with the Packwood is probably my favorite version of it. I would like to see a version of this in S35VN, which I think they do have, but funds are tight. I don't want to buy another Rhea. I'm too happy with this one. But this one it carries so well. It looks like a pen in the pocket with a nice clip. This is a titanium milled clip. It just feels good in hand, and it's a perfect knife to carry when I'm calling on customers or doing anything where I'm around people that don't know me well and are like, oh, hey, it's not a place where I want to pull out a 4-inch cold steel blade, to cut open something small and meaningless. This is a lot more friendly looking, less intimidating of a knife. So it's a great option for me during my day-to-day, and that's why it's in the pocket. The CJRB, a fantastic little carry. Next up, we are going Ray Laconico with the Windex Esprit. This is a awesome knife. When I reviewed this knife, there was a lot of stuff about this knife that I really liked. The only thing that I wasn't too hot on was the price. I can't say I still love the price, but you know what? It's just one of those things I've kind of come to accept it. I was originally planning on probably selling this, but I do kind of, in my collection, I obviously favor Ray Laconico designs. I like to try and keep those if I can, because I like having a lot of Laconico blades. He's one of my favorite designers, so it's one of those aspects of my collection that I pay a little more attention to. So I had to keep this one because of that name right there, and this guy, he was just a fantastic designer, and he really did design a fantastic knife in this one as well, because it feels good in the hand. It has a pretty thin stock with a nice slicey blade, beautiful blade shape and design. You got some nice marbled carbon fiber here that looks really good with no faults or blemishes in the finish of the carbon fiber. Looks good. On the other side, you have a nice titanium frame lock with, of course, your lock bar insert over travel stop, and a very nice deep carry clip that is pretty much perfect. And when it comes to that, no real hot spot, recessed clip and screw, just looks really good. And if your lanyard do your thing, it's got your lanyard area back there, but just a very solid knife overall with excellent action in terms of thumb deployment or middle finger deployment, or even, of course, the front flip And last but not least, you can absolutely reach around on this guy. It is reach around approved for all of you that were questioning that. It's just good to go, guys. It's a great knife. It's coming in at like 216 bucks. So the only thing I got against it, but you know what? It just kind of is what it is. It's a great design. There's really not a whole lot of other knives like this. I mean, you could probably find some somewhat similar, but this is a pretty unique design. And like I've said before, Ray is very good at designing a lot of simple knives with great drop points and pretty smooth, simple designs, but they still look unique. So that's another reason why it's kind of fun to collect Ray Laconico stuff, because you can compare them and sit them all next to each other and be like, you know what? They all have such simple attributes, but they all look so different. I really enjoy that about him. It really speaks to his level of designing ability. So very good. The Windex Esprit in the pocket this week, and a really good option for just about anyone. Really like this knife. Next up, we have a DLT trading exclusive. This is the Spyderco Ojimbo 2 in CPM 20 CV with some TNG10 handles. And the Ojimbo 2, I don't want to say it's underrated, because I think it gets pretty good respect in the Spyderco lineup. But so many people think it looks ugly, and I just really love this knife. I think the ergos are good, very versatile ergos. Obviously, this is designed by Jeff Janich, I believe is his name, which of course he does a lot of self-defense. So this is geared towards other situations outside of just EDC, but it's also a very good EDC knife with that Wharncliffe blade. It's a perfect blade to open up packages with. Letters, boxes, you name it, this blade can do it. An extremely slicey tip, not something you want to go prying with, but anything that needs to be sliced open, this is a blade you have got to check out, because it's just ridiculous how thin this blade is. It's hard to even get it to focus, it's so thin. But it just feels good, and the action's fantastic. You can middle finger flick it, you can thumb flick it, and of course you can just do your slow roll. So there's a lot of fun ways to deploy this blade, and it's even one to where I can't say I love this Spyderco clip on it. I actually just haven't had the time to get a Lynch clip for it. It probably would be better with a Lynch clip. But it does stick out a decent amount in your pocket if you leave that clip on there. So that's kind of a personal preference thing. I probably will be looking into getting a Lynch clip on this. But it's also one of those things to where I know some people put like a zip tie up here, and then when they pull it out, you kind of get that the Emerson effect opening the blade. So that kind of depends on, exactly, what you want to do with this knife. There's a lot of little mods you can put on it, which is pretty cool. Now, this exact knife is not available anymore through DLT. It's sold out, but I'm almost positive they still have a CPM 20 CV Ojimbo 2 version with a black blade. Still has this tan G10 handle, but a blacked out blade, which would be a really good option as well. The satin does kind of bring a lot to the knife. I wish it was a little stone washed and not such a satiny finish, but it is what it is. I actually have plans at some point of probably changing these scales out anyway. So not really the end of the world, but regardless, if you're looking for a CPM 20C version of the Ojimbo 2, I believe DLT does still have some models left, and I think they come in at like 172, something like that, which is pretty good for a knife that is made in the USA and with pretty darn good quality. So really good option for you if you like Wharncliffe's, the Spyderco Ojimbo 2. Now, next up, we have another Spyderco, actually, and I swore I wasn't going to carry this until I got it modded or changed the handle, but this week I am going to throw the Spyderco Para 3 in the pocket. And I got to say, I don't know why. I had a Para 3 before. Originally, it was the S30V version. This version here is the upgraded, but it's also the regular production version now, just for the newer steel, with the CPM S45 VN. And I gotta say, I had to give the Para 3 another chance, because I had it before, and for some reason I didn't like it. And guys, I'm really struggling to remember why I didn't like it, because this is an excellent knife. It fits so many needs and desires that I have for a knife. Even with the somewhat smaller blade, the actual cutting edge is less than 3 inches. I think the blade length itself is just 3 inches from scale to tip. I believe is 3 inches. I'd have to measure it to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that's right where it's sitting. This is just an excellent knife, and I know Like I said, I was waiting to get some new scales, and everyone kept saying to get there's a designer overseas that makes scales. I can't remember his name. It's a Amarez or I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but he makes specialty scales for Spydercos specifically. He makes other ones, but Spydercos are, I think, where he really started to grow his name. I really love the Spyderco handle design for the Para 2 and the Para 3. I think they just fit my hand perfectly. I don't want a different design. I would just like to see a different material, which is why I'm waiting for Sharp Dress Knives to come out with a certain type of carbon fiber I'm looking for. If you guys don't know about Sharp Dress Knives, definitely check them out. He makes scales for Spydercos as well, for the Paramilitary 2, Para 3, I think a couple other models, but he makes them complete to spec. So they're the same thickness, shape, everything of the Spyderco version. And that's what I want, because this feels so good in hand. I love the way it feels in hand. The way the belly comes out, it just fits well. I have no complaints with it, so I don't want to change something I love. So I'm going to get new scales for this, and I actually have, which I should probably put it on now, I do have a Para 3 clip to put on this from Lynch. This is, if you guys buy a Para 3, it's a no-brainer. You really have to get the deep carry clip from Lynch Northwest. I get the sand wash version. I just love the finish of it. It's not too dark. It's not too satiny. It's a very good medium for me. But without that, this knife just carries so stinking high. For as big of a knife as it is, it's actually annoying. The only real mistake Spyderco made with this knife, but yeah, that's just a terrible, terrible amount of the blade of the knife coming out of the pocket while it's carrying. Almost a quarter of the knife, really. Actually, it probably is a quarter of the knife, so I can't stand that. So, gonna get that clip on there. But I gotta say, the detent on this guy is just on point. One of the best detents. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna say it. Best detent I've ever felt on a Spyderco. Nice and super crisp. You can flick it out with your thumb or your middle finger. It's perfect. I couldn't be happier with this knife, and I'm going to absolutely love it when I get that Lynch clip and my custom scales from Sharp Dress Knives on here. Really looking forward to that, and I may do a quick little unveiling to show you guys what I did to it. Basically, like you already know, there's going to be a new clip, but then there's also going to be some new scales. So I may throw a little more attention Sharp Dress Knives way and do a quick little video on that when I get the scales in. But looking forward to that. The Spyderco Para 3. And last up, the surprise. This knife right here. I'm not going to show you yet because I can't. But I will have a full review and overview of it up on Wednesday. On Wednesday for you guys to check out. This will be in the pocket this week, but I can't show it to you yet. But it is a knife. That's all I can tell you is it's a knife. But I will have an overview and review of it up Wednesday. I'm really excited about this knife, guys. It's becoming one of my favorite knives of all time, to be totally honest with you. And it is just an excellent one. But it's in this package, and you will not see it. You'll know what it is once I upload the video. I'm not going to hide it. You'll see it in the thumbnail. But it's an excellent knife. I'm looking forward to bringing this one to you guys. It'll be in the pocket later this week. So, for all the suspense, sorry to do that to you, but I wanted to let everyone know that you got something pretty cool and interesting coming on Wednesday for you. So, there's that. And that's it. You know what? We'll put that right there, and we'll bring out the other knives for this week. Let me know what you guys think of the lineup. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy your lineup, even more importantly. And I also hope you guys have an absolute kick-butt week. Get a lot done, take a lot of names. Let me know how it's going. Tune in Wednesday for the overview and review of this knife. And until then, I hope you guys have a great start to your week, and I am out.